Hello and welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. Playing as Ciaphas Cain here, my Jedi Knight, and this will probably be a very short part, an interlude part to the series before we go into the next elements of the storyline. As you may notice, we've decided to go finally see a barber and get our hair trimmed. It's been long enough, and as the new Eternal Alliance commander, we should probably look a bit more, well, like we haven't been frozen in carbonite for 5 years. So, with this interlude part of the series, I believe, Arcaan would like to have a word with us in private. And we also have a new potential recruit over at the Force Enclave, a Darth Hexid. Though Lana's never worked with her personally, Lana's sources tell me she's a bit eccentric, prone to both narcissism and acts of overwhelming, if skillful, violence. I'm certain any undesirable personality quirks can be smoothed over in time. Should you deem her a worthwhile asset to the Alliance? Security teams will be on standby should you decide otherwise. Well, why don't we go down to the Force Enclave and meet this Darth Hexid. With the Eternal Empire coming to an end, there is multitudes of surplus armor just lying around. As such, we decided to nick a couple of spare Horizon Guard uniforms.
Patience. I must have patience.
Yes, I am Darth Hexid, and no, I do not sign autographs. Period. Make me repeat myself, and I'll snap your arm in 4 places. 3 if you're lucky. I never lift a finger, darling. It's called the Force. Wait, the Hollows add a few pounds, but I see it now. You're the Alliance commander. There's no need for business here, Commander. Only pleasure. I am the one and only Darth Hexid, tormentor of the weak and bane of all who challenge me. I'm here because you share my dark passions. Like me, you've danced to the chorus of your opponent's screams and loved it. With the Eternal Empire crushed, I find myself lacking in worthy enemies, while you seem to have more than your share. There is mutual benefit to be had. So what do you say? I could continue to expand my fearsome reputation, and you could see your enemies' corpses piled artfully in every direction.
Oh dear. Why don't we start with you telling me about yourself? Actually, no, yeah, she's Sith. Bloodlust is kind of in their nature.
Fine, but let's skip the truly horrific bits. I was visiting Korriban when the Twin Princes attacked. I saw entire generations of Sith murdered. Our temples ravaged. Our history reduced to ash. I joined the defense, carving through the invaders until an explosion knocked me out. When I woke, I was surrounded by death and ruin. the Eternal Empire had conquered the Sith. On the contrary, I admire his conviction. It was his empire, and the complacency of the Sith, that I grew to hate. Our leaders were distracted by politics. Their sabers trained at each other's throats instead of poised to strike down our enemies. I swore never to repeat their mistake. This isn't about skill. It's about pure, blissful, unadulterated rage. I've demolished legions of sky troopers, crushed Zakuulan knights, even fried an exarch until he went all crispy around the edges. And that was just in the last year. Every agonized squeal fuels my power. And through power, I gain victory. I make a point of it. The galaxy is full of foes begging for a dose of destruction. I say we give it to them. You haven't heard. I'm afraid Kira's dead. Just joking, darling. She's alive and stirring up quite a fuss. According to the rumors, she tried to break you out of your carbonite prison. It might have worked, but Vaylin caught wind of the plot and ambushed Kira's team. I don't know how, but your friend survived Vaylin's wrath and disappeared somewhere in wild space. That's the last I heard of her.
Interesting. Kira knew we were frozen in carbonite.
Only once. Hard to miss such a fine pureblood specimen. He told me about your tussles with the Sith Emperor. He was sure that you would be the one to ultimately defeat him. He was also sure that he had work of his own to do to ensure your victory. Oh, that's all he would tell me before he moved on to parts unknown.
You know what? Yeah, welcome to the Alliance.
I never dreamed I'd work with a Jedi, but I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly. Don't keep me waiting.
He's rather upbeat, certainly. I had a sense that her colourful persona was just a front that she was, like, showing off to us in some way. When she talked about the Twin Prince's attack on Korriban, her tone changed. I wonder if that was her true self coming through. With the Sith, it's hard to tell. He could just be crazy. But then she's in good company, I suppose. So, yeah, why not? Let's go see Arcaan and see what he has to say. Oh, and we're back again. In fact, before we go see Arcaan, why don't we check our mail? We have plenty of it. Holy crap, where do we start? I suppose we'll start with Empress Asina. To a prosperous future. Congratulations, Commander. I'm sure you're overwhelmed by the thanks and praise of elected officials and rulers from 1,000 worlds right now. But let me add my voice to the chorus. My people's worlds were being slaughtered before you stopped the Eternal Fleet. For that you have my gratitude. The Eternal Throne is your right. You've earned it. And while this victory belongs to you and your alliance, I like to think the support of the Sith Empire helped in some way. And I hope you will remember who stood with you in the early days. And on the flip side, we have the gratitude of the Republic from now Supreme Commander Jace Malcolm. The Republic owes your alliance a debt of gratitude for ending the Eternal Fleet's rampage. Given another hour, our capital would have been bombed to rubble for the second time since the sacking of Coruscant. Despite recent developments, the Republic will remain independent for the foreseeable future. We will respect your dominion and take no aggressions against your territory. In addition, we surrender any claim to Republic personnel or assets under your control. We only expect the freedom to protect our citizens and ensure the safety of the core worlds. I trust we can coexist peacefully. Yeah, despite being a Republic player, it was the Empire who were willing to back us up with military might against the Eternal Empire. The Republic, in their meetings, had decided that we weren't going to be able to defeat the Empire and that they should remain with bowed head to Zakuul. A message from Indozal, the former Minister of Revelries. He's now the High Imperator of Revelry, of course. And seems he did indeed arrange our coronation. Seemingly our celebration went slightly over budget. But not to worry. Galt assured Indo that he has a plan to make up the difference tenfold. I only need to pay him a small pittance to fund his venture. I said it during your toast, and I'll say it again. You are the most noble and magnificent ruler I've ever had the honor of serving. We have a message from the Scions. The future we have foreseen has come to pass. That which can never die has fallen, never to return. In its place, a new power rises. You. We have seen the past and future collide. You stand guard at the gates of madness, at the center of the maelstrom. It is there we will meet again in your hour of need. Yeah, your vision, what you foresaw occurring. It would have still been us standing there if it was Valkorian wearing our skin and reading this message, by the way. We have a message from the former Grand Master of the Jedi Order. You've changed the galaxy forever, Commander. And I'm not talking about Vaylin's defeat or your conquest of the Eternal Throne. Valkorian is gone, never to return. I felt the destruction of his spirit from half a galaxy away. A shockwave in the Force that rippled through me with such power I nearly blacked out. I've never felt anything like it before, but I knew instantly what it meant. At first I was afraid to believe it was true, but Darth Maul's spirit felt it too. He confirmed what I felt was real, and not some fevered imagining. The master he served for so long, the Sith Emperor who ruled his people for millennia, was no more. This time, he will not return. You were our champion, Commander. Our last hope to defeat an enemy that was immortal and eternal. It was an impossible task, but somehow you found a way. A message from Arcaan, who we're going to go see in a moment. As hard as I try, I will never forget my father's cruelty. Those empty, dismissive eyes. His attempts to break me and my siblings, eroding kindness until there was nothing left but hatred and resentment. Only my brother Vexen found a way to cope, until my rage destroyed him. When you saved me on Voss, I was struck by how much you reminded me of Vexen. You both have a gift for inspiring loyalty. It is a shame you two never met. And of course, a final message from Lana here. News has spread fast of your new role as peacekeeper and champion of the Eternal Alliance. Vaylin's campaign of destruction carved deep wounds from the core worlds to the fringes of wild space. The galaxy now looks to you with renewed hope. As per your orders, we have dispatched several Eternal fleet ships to the most damaged worlds, starting with Zakuul. Each vessel is loaded with food, supplies, and Alliance volunteers, everything needed to help heal their ravaged homelands. Zakuulan officials have sent you the attached tribute as a gesture of their gratitude. Despite your generosity, the Empire and Republic remain skeptical. Reports indicate that key leaders fear your ulterior motives and the unchecked power you wield as the new master of the Eternal Fleet. Yeah, she's not wrong. Now the Eternal Fleet is under our control.
Admiral Ago's doing the best he can, but with our limited resources, things are tough.
That's right. The Eternal Empire might be destroyed,
Well,
this
it's certainly
star
no drawing
fortresses remain. My bad. So I believe Arcaan wanted to meet us... Yes, here. Oh, whoops.
I never thought I would stand on Odessen as anything but a conqueror. So much has changed.
Your message said you wanted to talk.
I have something for you. A gift. When I was young, the Knights of Zakuul taught me to forge my own armor. I've worked on this piece. Since I arrived in Odessen, I want you to have it. If I'm ever unable to fight by your side, I can still ensure you're protected.
I can't believe you made this. It's incredible.
It's the least I can do for someone who's given me so much. There's something else I need to say. Until now, I only felt hatred for others. Especially for you, but you showed compassion I didn't deserve. Eliminated the darkness, threatening to consume me. Everything I am is because of you. And I'll spend a lifetime thanking you for it.
There was always good in you, Arcaan. Senya and I only brought it out.
Perhaps one day, I'll share the faith you have in me. I won't stray from my path, Commander. My purpose lies with you. and with the Alliance.
Handcrafted Zakuul Knight breastplate. Huh. You know, actually was looking at the Knights of Zakuul armor earlier. Actually, since we're here, what we'll do is take a break outside of the Defender once again. It has been a long time. It actually works out rather well, as I believe we're going to have to board the Defender to unlock the next story element going forward here in Star Wars The Old Republic with our Jedi Knight. So, with that, we will take a break. Thank you all for joining me once again with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I will see you for even more going forward. Until then, no, take care. Bye bye now.